All right, outside of the huge BKFC card this weekend, this was one of the slowest weekends in combat sports in a long time. But that all changed Monday morning when Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour dropped the biggest update in the Francis Ngannou situation that we've heard in a very long time. While it did look like he was very close to signing with ONE FC, it looks like ONE FC's president and founder, Chatri Sityodtong, decided to not even go ahead with giving Francis his final offer. So now the UFC's out, ONE FC's out, there goes the two biggest promotions in MMA. And ONE FC probably would have been the best option for him if he's looking to compete in boxing and also MMA. ONE FC is the only MMA organization that's been able to co-promote title fight in boxing. And then we know with how huge the UFC is, with the marketing machine behind it, they could have helped to blow up whatever his first boxing match would have been. But with those two organizations out, that leaves only two left in the conversation: Bellator and the PFL. Bellator could make a lot of sense considering how they're on Showtime, and Showtime Boxing is probably the most popular distributor for professional boxing right now, outside of maybe DAZN, maybe. But with all the talk being about how Francis is asking for a lot of things outside of just a huge contract, with Bellator reportedly being on the market, I sincerely doubt that they're gonna want to go ahead with any huge changes to their business model that could affect their bottom line, which leaves only one organization, the PFL. Well, I'm sure the PFL would be happy to oblige in terms of providing anything and everything they can to their fighters if it means signing the biggest free agent in combat sports at the moment. PFL is also way behind every other organization in terms of talent, in terms of promotion, and yeah, they're promoting their new super fight series where fighters are apparently getting 50% of the pay-per-view split, but as we all know, 50% of zero is still zero. On one hand, you kind of have to give it up to him. Francis is definitely showing to be somebody who cares about his principles above all else. I think it's almost certain that if he signs to the PFL, he's going to get less exposure, less money, and I don't think that in terms of what's going to happen inside the cage, he's going to do anything to help his legacy. God forbid if he loses to a guy in the PFL who is relatively a no-name. That's going to change the way that a lot of people view Francis, at least as a fighter. But if for whatever reason he's able to get a lot of the non-financial aspects of his contract to go through, improving situations such as healthcare for fighters, long-term financial security, I could imagine that over the long term, this would have a ripple effect, causing more and more free agents to decide to go over to the PFL. Well, in the moment, this looks like a very questionable decision. The future could be very kind to him, and we could look back and say that this was maybe the most revolutionary move in combat sports today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Francis is making the right move, and who do you think he should have signed with? Thanks for watching.